next week, but I don't believe it. See, I don't have a match tonight, but I'm still working out because I have nothing else to do. What am I going to do? That's what I do. What am I going to do? Play the guitar?
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom! 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 Boom!
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to our review of New Year's Evil, ladies and gentlemen. The first NXT show of the year. Oh, that was a good fucking show.
Yeah,
that was a good show. I liked that show maybe a little bit more than Raw last night. On the whole, I would say
the second hour, because that first hour of Raw on Netflix, I'm not gonna lie.
That first hour of Raw on Netflix was really good, but Netflix kind of dragged a bit. Like Raw dragged a bit.
Main event saved it though. That main event last night did.
Main event was good.
But yeah,
look,
I can agree.
We've been pretty good this week. We've gotten Raw, which was good. We got NXT, which was really good. Really good. We have Dynamite. Who knows with that?
Yay, more coke.
You know what? If any week we get a good Dynamite, maybe it'll be this week.
We almost had one last week, bro. Until fucking Coke.
We almost had a mid Dynamite. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a mid Dynamite again this week. And we do have SmackDown, which is 3 hours, but I feel like they're gonna make it a special event. We're gonna see some shit start to.
I think Charlotte comes back this week. That's my prediction.
Possibly.
She comes back on SmackDown.
Or but shit's gonna have to start picking up for the Rumble and for Saturday night's main event, which is in I believe 3 weeks. It is.
Yeah.
It's the 25th, is it not?
Oh, 2 weeks. Yeah, Saturday night's main event's 2 weeks. Royal Rumble's 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah. Rumble's on the 1st of February. So we do have 2 really big shows coming up. Obviously, the road to WrestleMania has begun. Yeah, just imagine some fucking over dramatic. You remember like the Celebration of Life promo for WrestleMania 17? A celebration of life. We need those promos for whenever they're gearing up for WrestleMania.
So you want AI Pretty Blassie to do it? Okay.
Yeah. There's a celebration of life. But with that, we will go and say hello to chat, and then we're going to get into the show. Before we say hello to chat, just real quick, what'd you guys think of the show? Let's start with Trey. Just real quick, did you like it? Did you not like it? Because we'll go more in depth later on.
I really loved it. Right people won. The matches weren't too long, and I'll be quick. One of the things, I'll be honest, that turned me off of NXT was that Sparky audience. That's one of the things that turned me off for a long time. To finally see that audience is gone and they're actually catering to casuals. Yeah, it was good.
Mr. T, what did you think?
I give the show 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. For someone who's watched NXT a little bit last year, I thought Sean was pretty much booking like Tony a little bit, which is a major, with a major budget. But yeah, I really did like the matches. No spoilers, but I agree with Trey. I think there was a lot of good booking decisions tonight on the show. The final boss showed up, and it was definitely something I did not expect in 2025. You would have told me in 2016 that, hey, The Rock's going to make an appearance on NXT in 2025. I would have said you're fucking full of shit. But here we are.
Could say the same thing about CM Punk last year when he showed up too. Or Orton, yeah.
Yeah. But we will get into that in just a couple of minutes. It won't be too long, because first we got to get to the chat. Gunnar Moss is here. Is that Jesse Smollett in the middle? No, that is the, I guess we say, the now former NXT champion, Trick Williams. Lethal says, Booker T said Cream is on his hit list. How would you be able to understand that? I couldn't understand a word Booker T said tonight, and I fucking loved every minute
Booker
of it.
tonight, I'm not gonna lie.
fan-fucking-tastic. That commentary team, and we'll get into it. That'll be the first thing we talk about because there is something there that's a little bit wild. Was very, very, very good. Mr. T, you want to read through the chat here a little bit for a second?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got Jack of all casuals.
What up,
Sandro.
Jack?
Dominic the Rider. What's up, Dom?
All right. Okay, I thought you were gonna read the messages out. I'll read them out. Don't worry.
I don't have access to highlight the comments. Remember?
Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna highlight it for you. I just had to.
Gotcha.
All right. Anyways,
We're real
the Jack of all casuals here. I don't watch NXT a lot, but that was a fun time, especially since I know the building they were performing at. Been to a lot of concerts there in the past. Yeah, it's a pretty old venue, the Shriners Auditorium there.
Yeah, that's been there forever.
It's a fucking cool looking building too. It kind of looks a bit Arabic looking, you know.
Yeah.
Here, I'll let you guys continue while I fix my shitty mic because StreamYards is gay. All right, you guys got to talk though.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Where are we leading off? Jack of all casuals, right?
Just talk about any. Really, you just talk.
Yeah,
Just speak.
Yeah, I'll agree with you guys. I like the building. I like the aesthetics of the building. I thought it was really smaller, intimate crowd. I like that aspect of the show.
Reminding me of Hammerstein a little bit.
Yeah, the production team did a really good job. I don't know who does the NXT's production crew on like that and the rigging, but they did a really good job in the building tonight. I thought.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree. I think they did a really good job. They did make it feel special. They made it feel like a really special venue, which is it is a pretty iconic.
Because they were saying during commentary, it's like 100 years old almost, right? Or almost, or was something like that.
Yeah, it's been here for
it's an old venue. So it's good when you're in a place like that to make it feel special. Yeah. I think wrestling companies make the Hammerstein feel really special when they go there.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's something that they all actually are able to do well. Even AEW made it feel
or that old
special.
building where they did the first Raw at whenever they do a show there. Yeah,
it's the same building.
Yeah, just upstairs.
Yeah. It's actually the same building.
Great.
Yeah. The Shrine has been there since 1932. This thing is older than
all this put together.
Well, yes.
Yep.
But it's also older than fucking what do you call it? World War II.
Yeah.
And so if you're wondering, World War II happened after they built the building.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're connected. That's my new conspiracy. I'm gonna start spouting that conspiracy theory. But Sandro is here, Jalek is here, Dominic the Writer is here, P-Dub is here, Sandro is still here, and Lethal can go eat my ass. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the show because I'm chomping at the bit to talk about this show. And we're we'll start off with the show. I got to watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Which was weird because it just kind of cut to like a compilation of wrestlers staring at the camera during commercial breaks. And just saying, "We'll be right back" type of stuff.
Yeah.
At least it told me how long it was going to, the commercial break was. So that's nice, but
cool story, bro.
That. Yeah. All right. Well, how about you suck my ass?
Story.
All right. How about you suck my dick? All right. How about I get the final boss to rip your foreskin off? Yeah,
let me get the tweezers out, Cream. Let me do it. Yeah.
Get the tweezers out.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of tweezers, The Rock shows up. Really has nothing to do with anything, but he shows up in his big old truck. All right. So he's there. The Rock will be on the show tonight. Actually, he's on the show a lot tonight. Actually,
yeah, surprisingly a lot.
What, 3 times he was on tonight?
Yeah, about 3. Yeah.
So with that, we start off right away with a match. It is I always fuck up this name.
Julia.
Julia?
Julia.
Julia
I just say Julia.
versus Roxanne Perez. I don't know. Fuck, dude. I'm shit with names. I literally watch NXT and I'm like, I don't know how to fucking say your name.
Yeah, it's Julia. It's Julia, and it's Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship.
Nah, she's Gilia now.
Gilia. Island. Okay, cool.
Anyway, an idiot. I'm a fucking retard.
Jillian Michaels.
Oh god.
Jillian Michaels versus Roxanne by the Police. All right. So, anyways, what happened in this match? Ooh, there was some good stuff in this match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really
This
good
is
match.
a fucking
Match of the
really
night?
good match.
Is this y'all's match of the night? It might be mine. It's a tie between that one and
hard.
the main event.
No spoilers, but it's between that one and the Fatal 4-Way. I really like that one.
Okay, now there's 3. Now I got 3 potentially.
I gotta be honest. I know there was a couple kind of man moments, but
yeah,
Charlie Dempsey and Lexis King, I was like,
that was surprisingly good. Even the 6 women tag, which I thought, like, okay, this is gonna be a break match.
I don't think the show had anything that was actually bad. I don't even think there was a bad segment. The closest would be The Rock, because at the end, because it just felt unnecessary. We'll get to that.
The only thing I didn't really care for, I didn't love when they would cut to commercials during entrances. That was like, okay, that's not.
Yeah, I guess the idea was to cut the commercial during the entrance instead of the match.
It's got to be because they know, you guys know The Rock. They probably thought The Rock was going to go over. He didn't, but still, they probably thought he was going to go over.
They gave him the wrong amount of time because they knew he was going to go over. So, and with this being said, I think before we really get into this match, there's one thing I want to say, because we run into this problem of, and we've had this problem. I remember, dude, we remember when we were younger, fucking the Raw Super shows. Remember? They did those like every other week, and it became not special.
What was that, 2011?
Yeah.
That was sad.
AEW does the same thing right now, where like they'll have Winter is Coming, or Fight for the Fallen, or Maximum Carnage is their next one that they
TNA did this too. They would make Bound for Glory on TV. I'm like, what are you doing?
But here's the thing, it works every once in a while.
Yeah.
Raw on Netflix, that works. This works as well. This was the perfect example of how to do that right.
Yeah.
To do that, this is a normal episode, but we're giving you a lot more. You were getting like a jam-packed fucking episode. This is the way to do that. I think they executed it perfectly. This is something I hope Tony Khan looks at and says, hey, maybe we should take their approach of doing this, cut back a bit, because it really starts to make all of your special events not feel special anymore. Your pay-per-views don't feel special anymore because you're basically doing a pay-per-view every other week.
That was right. Kill TNA. It hurt TNA when they did that. When they did like Genesis instead, like on Spike instead of the pay-per-view. I'm like, what are you doing? Every week too. It was, or every month, I guess. It was like
with AEW, it's about the same. It's every other week, and I think that's a bad habit they picked up from TNA.
Well, they try to copy the WCW formula, like I used to have like the Clash of Champions, because there'd be like maybe 6 or 7 clashes in a year, calendar year, I think, because they only had 4 pay-per-views. They only had let's see, they had Fall Brawl, that was stuff like that. Yeah, but that was the difference. Hey, we don't have as many pay-per-views, so we still need to finish these stories. So let's do it.
It was
on
a different
TV.
time. We could get away with it then. I don't think you could get away with that in 2000.
I think we're all can agree. These shows like right now for AEW is the equivalent of a TV movie, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, some of these are good and some are really shit, like really bad. Remember the Star Wars Christmas edition?
Imagine if the main roster did Backlash on Raw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so every once in a while this is an example of it working, and I'm really glad that we get to cover this show, because I really hope that if you get the chance, you go back and watch this show. This was really, really good, and I hope I hope The Rock being on there really pops a rating and people
Oh, yeah.
give NXT more of a chance.
It could get a
I know
million.
a lot of people gave up when they switched from like the original black and gold type of thing to NXT 2.0, and I know a lot of people gave up on the show completely.
I was one of those people. Yeah.
I gave up on it partly. There was a while there where I stopped watching.
Yeah.
Maybe for me,
fucking
maybe because
shit.
I wasn't as into it, I was like, oh, they're actually going to try to make it a developmental now, not just because I think they went too far with the wannabe indie. And I know some people like that, but that's just how I felt about NXT after a while. It just became a giant indie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good mix, though, and we'll get into the people on the show, but there's a good mix between people who are more seasoned and people who are just starting out. And I think it's really, honestly, it's a really intriguing mix. You don't get like a lot of that, right? I guess AEW does have but they don't have like people straight out of wrestling school in AEW even. Like these are like WWE has people straight out of the Performance Center that are on NXT, and they'll be like wrestling against like someone like Ethan Page who's been around, or whoever you want to say on that. Lexis King, who was in AEW, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's something that is I really, really like about this show. But with that, we'll get into the first match. Roxanne Perez versus Julia. This was a really good match. And I don't know if I can pick a match of the night because it is really like they're all really fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. There was not a bad match in the card tonight. Like you said, the Dempsey and Pillman match, it was what it was. It was a technical match. It wasn't like a lot of.
I liked it. I liked it. Honestly,
I liked
it
it
was
too.
something different.
Yeah.
It was the six man, even the six women, because that's like a match. Normally, just in general, 6-man tags usually break matches unless it's like, But this one was fun, and it wasn't too long.
Yep.
Everybody got their shit in. It was done.
Mm-hmm. We actually have there's something that just came out. Apparently, what do you call it? We have a couple matches for next week's NXT that we'll bring up right now. That just got announced. All right. This is from Fightful. We have a number one contenders match between Shotzi and Stephanie Vakir, which we'll get into that whole thing. I'm interested in that. I thought they were setting up a
triple threat.
I kind of wanted a triple threat. I'm not.
They should have just did that. It felt weird. She won, and then you're gonna have to do another number one. I was like,
that's the one thing where it's like, okay, you could be the number one contender, but triple threat. I think that would have worked a little bit better, but it is what it is. We have a tag team championship match between Fraxium and OTM, and then also a women's tag team number one contender match. So that could be interesting, and that's so we'll see what happens out of that, but that looks like next week's going to be a good show too. Hey, with that, we'll get on to the results of this match. Julia beats Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez loses the NXT Women's Championship. I think everyone is under the assumption that she's going up, moving up out of NXT.
Yeah. I think Women's Rumble.
Yeah.
She
could be on SmackDown on Friday. Who knows?
My only concern is if she gets the main roster, hopefully they don't lose her in the shuffle. That's the only thing. And SmackDown,
I think that's everybody's worry right now. Is we look at how the women's roster is in WWE right now, and there's a lot of talent up there.
It's really stacked on the Raw roster. SmackDown's kind of light.
Yeah,
they need all.
I think she should go to SmackDown because Raw she would get. Because you got Becky, Rhea, and throw Liv in there. Yeah, even Raquel. Even in the mid card, there's a bunch of mid card women. Yeah.
SmackDown's probably the best place for it, but if you don't book them right, it doesn't matter how much talent there is. And I think we can agree that our biggest problem with WWE last year was the women's division, especially on SmackDown.
Yeah, on the main roster.
That was fucked. There is talent. Like, you have someone like Bayley who's been a women's champion. It's not inconceivable that she could be booked like a women's champion. Tiffany holding the Money in the Bank for so fucking long, not, not cashing in, right? So
no.
And
Charlotte.
there's 100 others. Naomi being in a match every single week, but no actual angle for her to be a part of, like stuff like that.
Endless Nia and Bailey. Anytime they fought, it was just.
We got that for weeks on end, and then you throw Naomi in there, or you throw Candice LeRae. Give them something to do. That's the whole thing, is like, they shouldn't just be there for the sake of being there. Everyone should have kind of their own story, and WWE is moving towards that direction. I think that's one place where they need to work on a bit. But I think we can all agree with that. I think Roxanne Perez is gone. I think this is the end.
Yeah.
And man, she carried that fucking show. Her and Trick Williams carried that show for a while there.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get really good things out of her.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the new era of the women's division with Julia being champion. I'm looking really forward to that. Excuse me. Man, excuse me. I've been really impressed with her work in Japan. Grant you, I didn't know who she was a couple like maybe last year, but going back and do some research, she's a really hard hitter, and now she's trying to adapt to the American style of wrestling. Sky's the limit for this chick, and I think she's got a lot to offer in this division on this show and on the main roster eventually.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it. She's a better Asuka. I'm gonna say it. I think she's a better Asuka.
Oof.
And
all right.
Roxanne, from the bit I saw, she's good. So
yeah. And we got Julia now as the women's champion. So we'll see what happens there. There's a very deep women's roster on NXT. So there's no shortage of people she can go up against, someone like Sol Ruka, any of the women who are going to be talking about,
if they want to for some reason merge the NXT North American title and the women's title. I mean, if you want to merge, you can do any match with that.
I don't think they
I'm not saying they do it, but
they'll keep them.
But hey, there's a ton of fucking women on that roster. All could conceivably, well, not all, but most. There's a. You know what I'm saying? There's a good fucking chunk that could fight for that title. So we will get to that when we do eventually. So we also get Eddie Thorpe injured. He's on the steps. He's going, ow, ow, ow. I got a boo-boo. The Rock's daughter comes out and says, nuh-uh, bitch. And tells him he's got to wrestle anyways because he's a beta cuck bitch. She didn't say that, but I'm paraphrasing, and that's fine. If you wanted the exact words, you would have watched the show. Come on.
I mean,
let me fuck around with it a bit.
He is kind of a beta. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah. So, anyways, we go to commercial and we come back. It is time for the NXT Women's North American Championship #1 contender match, which looks pretty fucking good. We get Cora Jade, Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice, and Stephanie Vaquer. And this was a fucking good match.
Hard hitting, bro. Hard hitting. And that Lola Vice chick, those kicks, dude. I'm like, okay, those actually look like they hurt. Like, all right.
Yeah.
She was the VIP, and then her and Stephanie VIPs of the match for me.
Everyone looked good in this match.
Yeah, they all got their shit in. It was like a good fatal 4-way. The partners switch, which that's what I wanted a fatal 4-way is when the partners switch constantly.
Yeah, and I liked the I don't usually like the spots on the outside of the ring.
Not usually.
Yeah, this one I thought it was all right, especially because we didn't see like a whole ton of them. You know how like
Yes.
every Raw in like 2016, 2017, 2018, we would always get someone do like a suicide dive to like
Yeah.
3 or 4 people out.
Mhm.
We get that in NXT now.
And then
too.
the next person did it because it was like a bunch of them would do it. And it was like, okay, it was kind of cool the first time. Now I've seen this 20 times.
Yeah, I don't like that that stuff. But with NXT in this situation, I thought it kind of fit because you want to take out everybody in a tag match. Why are you going to take out your partners?
Yeah.
You know, in this sense, you want to fucking take out everybody because you have to win. Only one person can win.
Yeah.
And who was that one person who won? Stephanie Vakir. She is now the NXT #1 contender. She's the #1 contender for the women's North American title.
For
Spoiler
now.
alert, we just talked about it. Yeah.
She's the number
no
one
longer.
contender for the number one contender.
She's now the #1 contender for the.
It's
That
that
is
old,
probably the worst booking.
yeah, it's that old meme. What is it with the guy with the fishing pole? He's like, "Oh, almost got it," and just takes it back. That's pretty much what this was tonight for Stephanie. But yeah, I agree with you guys. The match was really good. Stephanie's going to be a star too on the main roster too, and I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm really looking forward to seeing, like I said, where the new era is going to begin because it definitely feels like a new era was ushered in tonight on the show.
Another thing I got to say about NXT, the entrances. I like that every superstar is like a crazy entrance. I do think that's cool. Like they actually put effort into their entrance. It's not just generic come out kind of entrance.
Hype up the crowd or I don't want to don't touch me.
Yeah, like they all have like almost like a theatric, especially Stephanie and Julia, like a theatric kind of entrance almost, and I really do like that.
Yeah. So there was some really good stuff there. What do we have next here on here? We get I'm looking at my notes because there was a lot of like, backstage segments that were going on after the match. So yeah, Stephanie Vakir wins. She's now the contender. Eva Rain, she's backstage with Unholy Alliance, telling them that they are now booked in a #1 contenders match for the tag team titles, for the women's tag team titles.
That's good.
Next week, we're getting that match
because there's no. I'm gonna be real. Unholy Union right now on the main roster really has nothing to do, and they were kind of like the jobbers there for a while. So like putting them in NXT right now is probably good. I don't even mind if they win the NXT tag titles. Keep them there for the rest of the year, honestly.
That's just the women's tag titles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the one on the main roster, I believe, right? Like, so they would end. Yeah.
And and plus they've practically faced everybody on the main roster, at least with the women's tag division on the main roster. Keep them in NXT for honestly the rest of the year. I'd be fine with that.
I like the fact that the women's tag titles are kind of just everywhere. I like that. So yeah, we have that match coming up next week. So hopefully is a good match. Who knows? I got hope for NXT. Man, when I see a match, I'm like, all right, it's gonna be good. And even if it isn't good, it's like, okay, it's probably someone from the Performance Center who just started wrestling. How fucking good would you be if you just right? Like there's a little bit more leniency towards
at least
show.
We're not getting David Flares anymore. I'm just gonna say we're not getting David Flares anymore.
David Flair was the greatest wrestler of our time. You shut your fucking mouth. Next, I believe we hit commercial. Or no, this is the same segment. She informs them they're going to be in a #1 contenders match. Interviewer comes up, asks Ava if Eddie is okay, and she's like, "Nah, he's a bitch. He's a little baby. He's going to be in the match. I'm not changing it." And so, yeah, Eddie is still in the match, but he's hurt. He's hurting. That boy be bruised. And we go to break. Next up, we have Fatal Influence, which if you don't know who's in Fatal Influence, well, I made sure to write it down. So now you will know. It's Fallon Henley, JC Jane, and Jasmine Nix versus Gigi Dolan, Shotzi, and Tatum Paxley. All right. Yes, the Shotzi who was in that match with Ronda Rousey, that fucking stinker.
That infamous segment where she screams. Yeah, that Shotzi.
Oh,
The one who
boy.
used to have the little tank. Yes, the same Shotzi. She's been down in NXT, and you know what? This match was fucking fantastic. It was
it was nice and quick.
6-man tag.
The only crap I have about that match is when she did that suplex in the corner. That looked like shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Yeah.
Look, I had really low expectations for a 6-person. Look, a 6-man tag on a show like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
I'm never a fan.
I'm not usually a fan of 6-man tags anyway, unless it's all like 6 main eventers, like something like that.
Something like Freebirds versus Von Erichs, where it's like they're all like
or
that,
Evolution
that
against the Shield back in the day,
Or what?
I don't know if that's really on par with the Freebirds versus Von Erichs, but okay.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I got to kind of agree with Trey on that one. Those 6-man tag matches that freaking the Shield was having. With the
Wyatts too. I got to throw that one in there too.
You got the Wyatts. You had all those matches like for example, like John Cena and Ryback and some other guys like that. Like those kind of like whenever they put the Shield, like no, seriously, when they put those guys fans on Raw, those were the best matches of the night. Like no lie, those were
yeah. Well, at least story wise, it made sense. It made sense because 3 guys.
Eat your heart out, Kerry Von Erich. We have Ryback.
We have Ryback.
In common that both their careers are dead, so there's that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, where were we with this match? Yeah, it was a really good match. Everyone looked decent, and it should have been just kind of a I don't know, not a mid match, but it's one where it's not
this
really.
Is like I call this the popcorn match. You would think this would be the popcorn break match,
but it was still good.
Yeah, it was good. Everybody got their shit in. It wasn't too long, like some 6-man tags get. It was quick. I was okay with the faces winning.
This is what we mean by this women's division is fucking great. It is probably the most stacked women's division in wrestling ever. It might be.
Right.
The depth of it. Fuck, dude. It's really fucking good. Everyone's a quality wrestler. Oh, man. Like, it's really, really good. So you get a women's title match to start off the show, which was fucking great. Then we go into this, which was great. Like, I don't know, man. I hope that some of these people go up to SmackDown and Raw, but I'm also like kind of like worried that they will because I know that they probably won't utilize.
I hate to say it, but they kind of have to though, because at least
eventually you can't just stay in NXT.
Rhea does need people to face. Like I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, and even when they go up to Raw and SmackDown, they're gonna need a while to establish themselves there because NXT's viewer base is just so much lower than Raw and SmackDown. There's many people who only watch Raw and SmackDown who are big wrestling fans. They just don't have the time to fit in another, 2 hours of WWE content.
Yeah.
So they will have to have some work, but we get a win. We get a win here. That's right. Shotzi pins the NXT North American champion. Yeah. Who was in the match. So that it means now, of course, we're going to have a number 1 contenders match fucking again. That was stupid. It should have been a 3-way tag.
I fear they're going to make it a triple threat.
Fuck my life.
3-way.
A fucking, triple threat. Holy shit. My brain just shut down.
I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a triple threat anyway, because I have a feeling Fallon and Fatal are just going to jump both of them. So it's going to turn to a triple threat anyway. So it's like, you should have just announced that tonight. That would have made more sense. That's the only thing I'm like, it's going to turn into a triple threat anyway. Why do this whole thing just to get to the match? It will probably be good, Shotzi and Stephanie, but you could still do the match with them still being number 1 contenders.
Yeah, or maybe even just, I don't know, drag this out a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because you have Vengeance Day on the 15th of February.
Yeah.
And that's like the next big show. You could drag this out and have like a mini feud between Shotzi and Stephanie. And then get to the point where it's like, holy shit, we just got to make it a triple threat. We have to make it a triple threat for the... And you could do something like that. I think that would work a little bit better. Or just straight up being like, it's going to be a triple threat. We got to go that way. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not too... I think the match will be good between the two of them.
Yeah.
Especially off of what I saw from this tag match and the number one contenders match. But we're starting the show off with all the women. Like, that's the first half of the show. It's just the women.
Gunnar
really...
Michaels, man.
Yeah, but you know what? They're kind of the best part of the show.
Yeah, but that... Okay, this is my side rant.
Yeah.
As much as I love women's wrestling, your men's division should not be bad. I am sorry.
No, it's a mixture. It's a mix.
Hot take. The women's division should not be better than the men's.
Yeah, it should be a
don't
mixture.
care how sexist that sounds.
Yeah.
I think what it is there are going to be times where you're never going to have it be completely leveled. There's going to be times where one is above the other, and that's where we're at right now. Where the women are it's just better than the men's right now. Not to say that there isn't good stuff going on in the men's division. The next match, I think, showcases two that I think are going to have a pretty good fucking time in WWE, if based off of who their dads are alone. But on top of that, they're both really fucking good wrestlers. And Lexus King, for example, we do have a backstage segment we'll have to get to, but for example, I liked him back when he was in AEW. I think we all kind of have seen a little bit of him wrestle at least before, and
yeah, I've seen him.
He's fucking good, dude. It's like I don't know. It's really good to see the men's division in NXT. I think they're starting to up their game a bit, and that's good. I mean, we don't have to pick and choose between one being bad and one being good. But it's just nothing will ever be completely the same.
Yeah,
so
I know there's a lot of people. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. The men just are clearer than women right now in the main roster.
Yeah, and for a while there, it was kind of the women.
Yeah,
back on the main roster there for a while too. These things happen, but we just as long as you can have a good roster at the base, which I think NXT is covering. I think the NXT men's roster is good. The women's roster at a base level is good. The women's roster is really fucking good right now. So if they can keep that at that base level, if it's good, then you'll be fine. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense at all, but whatever. We'll move on. Next we have NXT GM Ava in her office. And The Rock is there. The Rock is there. But first, before that, she's talking to Ethan Page.
I like Ethan Page, man. I fucking
basically she's yelling at him because he injured Javon Evans. Right, Javon Evans is now in his Kanye West through the wire phase because he's got his fucking jaw wired. He's probably gonna make a rap single. So, anyways, that's all going on. She's yelling at him. Then the final boss engages and engages through the door and walks into the.
Yeah,
there's piston noises and steam coming out of his ears. It's an interesting situation. We get Ethan Page, having a segment with The Rock.
Yeah,
that's a big rub. Good. Big rub. And The Rock didn't make fun of him either. It wasn't like he just came in and made fun of him. No, gave him props.
Yeah, I didn't.
Normally you have to pay $20 for that type of rub.
Nah, for that kind of rub, you gotta pay $45. But I did laugh though. What the segment? He's like,
50.
All right, well, there you go. Yeah,
there it is.
But I really liked the segment. I thought it was really good. I did laugh my ass off when he's like, if you need anything, I told everyone here today, if you need anything, hit me up. Then he told him to get his sweet ass out of here. And I don't know why I
Fucking slapped his
That
ass.
was funny. That was
Fucking great.
I died.
Yeah.
Like, you're not beating those gay allegations there, Rock, but good job anyway.
By the way, The Rock fucking swearing all fucking night. Like,
Yeah,
just the
dude,
man
he was
not-
just dropping bombs, man.
When he got out of the truck, he's like, "Let's go, motherfucker!" I was like,
Yeah.
Like,
"Dude,
holy
Doesn't he do like late night stuff? You can't fucking swear on late night either. Like,
yeah."
yeah, he's
Unless
just
you're on
a
Graham-
motherfucker. And
he just doesn't care. He's like, I own part of the company. What are you gonna
Unless
do?
you're on like Graham, what's it called, Graham Norton show, and like in the UK or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't do
yeah,
that.
I know
But
what you're
yeah,
talking
he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm the Rock. Who's gonna?
I'm on NXT. I'm gonna do what I fucking
I'm the
want.
final boss, motherfucker.
Oh, hey, we will see The Rock I believe only one more time tonight. And
Yeah,
that's
one more
his
time,
promo at the
yeah.
end. So before we get to that, we have two more matches. All right. So first off, these two matches, we have Charlie Dempsey versus Lexus King for the Heritage Cup in a sudden death match. All right. Charlie Dempsey is currently holder of the Heritage Cup. If Lexus King wins this match, he will then become holder of the Heritage Cup. I'm not a big fan of the Heritage Cup. I'm gonna be honest. I think
really
they
don't know
should
what
just
it
have
is.
a. They should just.
Yeah, I
have
don't
a
know what it
mid-card
is.
belt.
That's what I'm wondering.
It's a-
What is it?
It's effectively a fucking mid card belt.
So it's an Intercontinental Championship, basically. That's just not a title.
Kinda, a little bit. There's a couple differences, but
I know
it's
they did it like
effectively a title.
I know they did it like back in the day in NXT in the UK. I remember that like they used to have like a cup there too. I don't know if it's the same thing or not, but
I think it is.
okay.
What
Whereas
happened to the
it's more of
NXT
a-
of North American title? I thought there was a men's one.
Oh,
Oh,
there
it
still
is.
is.
It's fake.
Yeah, there's still
it's who's got it? That fake Italian. It's got it.
Yeah,
Tony
D'Angelo.
Tony
Yeah.
D'Angelo, yeah.
Yeah,
The one that
Tony
sounds like Joe
D'Angelo.
Pesci. Yeah,
The one who was there with Tony Mamaluke.
yeah.
And Nunzio.
He's not even Italian, apparently.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
What's this? It wasn't Wahoo McDaniel a fucking Italian dude?
I mean,
I think
we
Wahoo
love
was actually-
Scarface. We
I
love
think he was
Scarface.
actually Indian or Native
Oh.
American.
Usually they're just Italians that are wearing a lot of tanner.
I mean, Muhammad Hassan was Italian.
Yeah, who was it?
If you want to make someone a different race in wrestling, find an Italian dude and just
Yeah.
kind of put bronzer on him.
Yeah, fun fact. Wahoo, he was in. He was actually Native American. Plus, he was. He played in the NFL. He played for the.
How the fuck
Washington Redskins.
why did I pick I should have said Tatanka. Why the fuck
Yeah.
did I say Wahoo I picked the one guy who wasn't that. Holy fuck my life. Look, it's been a long fucking day, boys. I'm tired as fuck. So we're going to run through this because I want this to be under an hour so we can all get to bed and we can all be dreaming about how shit AEW Dynamite will be tomorrow. But you know what wasn't shit? This fucking match between Charlie Dempsey and Lexus King. And for anyone who doesn't know, I feel like everyone does know Regal's son is Charlie Dempsey. Brian Pillman Jr. is Lexus King.
Yeah.
There you go. That's getting it out of the way if you don't know. This was a fucking good match. I
Yeah,
really
it
liked.
was-
Yeah,
It was a different match. I love like the
I like Brian Pillman Jr.'s gimmick. But I hate his name. I don't like it. Just call him.
Why doesn't
Pillman.
he? Yeah, why doesn't he go by Brian Pillman Jr.? Just go with that.
I guess they're going that store that he doesn't want to use his dad's name. The only thing I have to critique about Brian Pillman Jr. is his physique. It's dope.
Yeah.
This is the one time where I actually think you probably should have your dad's gimmick. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. This is the one time.
I think his whole gimmick is. His gimmick is still based off his dad's gimmick. It's like, no, my dad, was unhinged.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to be like that. I actually think that's kind of I like that.
Yeah.
You gotta lean into it more and have it be a slow build. Like they are slowly doing that, but I like that gimmick.
If he eventually changes his name, that would be cool. Like if he does eventually go crazy.
Oh,
just
when he
decide,
just,
I'm gonna be-
I think eventually he just caves in. He's just like, yeah, this is who I am. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And he just goes like full on Pillman, just psycho, trying to whip his dick out in the ring.
1997 Pillman when he was in like the Hart Foundation. I want him
No,
to do
I'm
that.
talking. I want ECW Pillman, where he's trying to whip his dick out in the ring. And,
I'm like, you got Mike Johnson pissed right in this ring.
yeah, with Dempsey, it makes. I don't think it makes any sense to have him have a different name.
No.
That doesn't make, especially when Regal's on TV with him, like he was.
Yeah. He
New
should just
Year's
be Charlie Regal. You think he should just be that Charlie Regal?
Yeah, Charles, make him an upstanding citizen, you know, a la Lord Stephen Regal.
Oh, he could be like Regal, like circa 2000. Like
he's like
2000.
no, my father was wealthy. I'm a wealthy, you know, well-to-do gentleman.
Yes,
Yeah.
Actually,
The
I
second.
like that. I like that. William Regal
emphasize the second.
I want
instead
him
of
to have
junior.
the tea parties like William Regal used to have. He can invite his opponents for like a tea party.
Yeah, I think, and maybe have him a bit of a brat. You know how like rich kids
eventually start.
dickheadish.
Does he do the brass knuckles thing yet? Has he done that?
I don't remember.
But if he has it, he needs to do that too.
I know his dad
think
hit
that-
him next couple weeks ago, but imagine
Well-
William Regal being your dad, and that's your discipline. You don't get a spanking or grounding. You just get the brass knucks right to your chops.
And you don't know when it's coming because that's how Regal used to do it. He would just do it out of nowhere.
Well, hey, we get to the end of this match. Lexus King pins Charlie Dempsey. Yep, he has won the Heritage Cup. What does this mean? We'll have to tune in next week on NXT to see what happens.
What I'm hoping, maybe make that's how he gets the number one contendership for the North American title. That's what I would do. That's how I do it.
I don't know. This is kind of a title of itself. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the Heritage Cup. I think it.
I'm personally not a fan of cups
I think
in
it adds a level of complicatedness that doesn't need to be there. But whatever, it's here. It's probably going to stay. You know.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I guess that
I personally
it's
don't
changing
I've
hands
never
at least.
cared.
So.
I never cared for cups in wrestling. That's just me. Unless the cup, you win it, that's how you become like a number one contender or something. But for me, I've always felt like they're weird. It's wrestling.
I kind of
feel the championship be the prestigious thing. That's
I
it.
kind of feel that if the only trophy thing that makes sense to me is the Dusty Classic. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
The
I hate to give
thing,
I'm gonna give an actual compliment to AEW. The 0-1 makes sense too. I'll give him that one.
Yeah.
As much as it's shit, they've done it shitty.
No,
but
I don't think so. Oh, Owen had nothing to do with that company.
Granted, the idea. I like the idea. Just
Owen,
WWE
Owen was dead 25 years before that a quarter of a century before the company even
They died. It
started.
died before TNA existed.
With Dusty, he was involved heavily with NXT.
Yeah.
It makes more sense in that sense. I think doing a cup, maybe like, I don't know, you could do something in AEW for a cup, but they already have like the Continental Classic, which is a clusterfuck in of itself.
Oh god,
that's another story for another day. Luckily, we're done with the Classic for a year. But hey, we go backstage again. Once again, Ava's there. Holy shit, she's getting fucking airtime this week. Jesus.
Yes.
And she's back there with Shotzi and Stephanie. They're basically arguing over who's number one contender. She says, "All right, fuck it, we're doing another number one contenders match next week."
Yeah, that was
stupid.
Weird.
I was like, huh? I was ready for her to announce a triple threat. I was ready, but now it's a triple threat. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Number one, maybe they're trying to save a triple threat. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm really.
If they're gonna do this, Stephanie McCur better win clean, because I will be kind of mad if they do just do this and it ends in fuckery anyway, and they just make it a triple threat any fucking way.
Yeah. Who knows? So we're getting that next week, but we get our final match of the night. That's right, before The Rock comes out, which I think everyone kind of knew The Rock was going to be the main thing. It makes sense. A lot of people are watching the show because The Rock was going to be there. It defeats the point to have the main event on afterwards and have people clicking off. You want people staying there for the whole fucking show. The Rock. I think how they handled The Rock on this show was really good. We'll talk about that last bit after we get through this match. We have Eddie Thorpe versus Obafemi versus Trick Williams for the NXT Championship. Now we start the match with just Obafemi and Trick Williams. Where's Eddie Thorpe? Well, he got injured, and we haven't seen him since he got injured. He's been off the camera, backstage. We don't know where.
I think he was crying in the locker room. Honestly,
he was. He was crying. He was vigorously. I don't know, crying, masturbating.
Didn't
he could have been
Oba
doing
say he beat him up? Didn't he like basically admit it was me? It was me, Austin.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of thought The Rock took him out to get revenge.
That's what I thought too. That's what I thought too.
I thought they were setting that up too, but
I thought The Rock just beat his ass, and But
so yeah. Anyways,
real quick before we get into the match, can we just talk about the presentation of Obafemi, dude? This dude is going to be a fucking star on the
next Brock, man. Next Brock Lesnar. This is like,
I think he's gonna be better than Brock. He's just gonna be. He reminds me a lot, and I might get some heat for this, but I think he reminds me a lot of a mixture between Braun Breaker and Monty Brown. Just the way
I see it.
Himself.
Yeah, I kind of see it. Yeah,
and not because he's black. I'm just saying, like he's got that charisma about himself. He looks like a somebody, right? He doesn't look like some ham and egg on the street, walking down the street, going to a soup kitchen.
No, he's a scary motherfucker. You'd be scared if you fucking.
And he's good at talking.
Yeah, dude.
And he's good at talking. Like from the bit I've seen of him actually talk, like, oh, dude.
And I know some people say he sounds like Eddie Murphy from Coming to America, but he's from Nigeria. So what do you?
He's from Nigeria. I'm gonna say they sound like that. Sorry.
He sounds Nigerian. He's from. Yeah, I get people.
That's like getting mad at EO for speaking like talking Asian, right?
Yeah, Japanese. I think it's having a Japanese accent.
Japanese, yeah.
Sure, talking Asian.
I'll go into
another way of saying.
Granted, I'll go into Shinsuke because he's terrible because he's actually never learned English. I think there's a difference with him.
Yeah, he wasn't born here, but still though.
Really,
man, dude's a freaking stud.
Didn't know that the New Japan star from Japan wasn't born in this. Anyways, so we're getting through the match through a bit. We come, we're going into commercial, I believe, and then we see Eddie Thorpe leaving his locker room. He's getting towards the ring.
Yeah, he has a chair.
He's gonna get in this fucking match. We get back. Eddie Thorpe is now in the match. I think the match was really good.
Yeah,
it was solid.
Trick Williams is going for his finish. He hits the knee. Obafemi is down on the mat, and then I think Eddie Thorpe comes out and pulls the ref out.
Yeah, he pulls the ref out. Yeah.
Yep.
Breaks up the pin. He gets in there for like a little bit, but he doesn't really do much.
And then his ass kicked, basically.
Yeah. And Obafemi gets to 1, 2, 3. I popped really hard.
He fucking won. Yeah, that's right. Every fucking title on this show changed hands tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was, you know what? I don't mind it. It's a complete it's a shuffling of the decks of NXT.
Well, they've been doing that last couple of weeks. Tiffany last week, obviously last night with Rhea.
Yeah.
They're
really trying to I think they're really trying to like
add new chapters
and exactly. So anyways, as Obafemi, he's celebrating, he starts going up to the ramp. Julia walks out with her now women's champion. They both hold up. There's confetti streamers coming down, and it's a good way of ending that show.
Yeah.
Except for the show's not done yet. We still got 20 fucking minutes, I think.
You would think that would have been good. The show would have been perfect ending. Like they're celebrating, and it goes. You roll the credits.
Yeah.
But no.
But now we have to get to the reason why a lot of people tuned into the show. Which wasn't for the wrestling. It wasn't for all the great shit that we talked about. It was for The Rock, because they did it for The Rock. They tuned into the show for The Rock. The final boss, he comes out. The crowd's fucking hot.
Dude,
That crowd is fucking
that
hype.
crowd lit up when that it
And I have to say, this might be the smallest wrestling venue he's been in.
Yes,
since he was in Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it's been about what 30 years since he was in a venue.
Man. Yeah, 90. He came in 96, so yeah, almost. Yeah.
30 years since he has done any
in some small buildings too, as a kid, and plus his his own career, like going to Memphis, like you said, going to flea markets, like he quote unquote said in his The Rock show, which
we don't know how true that is.
Yeah,
I can actually believe Rocky Johnson was wrestling at a flea market. I got to be honest, at that time period.
Yeah,
his career kind of hit the skids. I can believe that part.
Everything else was kind of discredited. Andre the Giant lived in Hawaii. What the fuck? Sure he did. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, he comes out. He spends a lot of time standing there. They're trying to get him to fucking start because it's on the CW. They got to go off the fucking air at some point and move on to something else. Mm-hmm. Probably a rerun of a show about Jesus or college.
Some Flash rerun. Probably a Flash rerun.
Yeah.
Or local news. So anyways, he eventually starts talking. He kind of shits on everybody for being mad that the final boss gimmick wasn't back. And I got to be honest, I wish the final boss gimmick was back now. I've come around to it. Yesterday, I was like, they could be doing a thing. Now it's just I don't think they're doing a thing.
I don't know. I don't either, dude. I'm starting to worry now.
I don't know where they're going with this. I know, he said in the promo, just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride. The Rock is going to take your ass on. I mean, I get it, but just like last year, you're freaking busting Cody Rhodes up outside, smearing his
blood. And now you're trying to drink tequila with him.
Yeah, drinking tequila together. You're hugging Roman. If there was a chance that when he was hugging Roman, putting I'm like, he's gonna rock bottom.
Yeah, remember last year. Remember, The Rock said, "Next time I see you, I'm coming for that." And then the next time he sees him, he hugs him and about almost fingered him for fuck's sake. What the fuck?
Yeah. That was that really gay promo too, where it was, The Rock appreciates
I was
you.
hoping he was just being Dwayne Johnson, but now I'm worried he wasn't. Now
even he did that crap in the Hall of Fame. Remember when he did in the Hall of Fame? He told Cody, "We're gonna make both our dads proud, but I'm gonna beat your ass in front of yours."
Yeah, he was still in character. Still in character.
Bad Blood, he was still in character.
He seemed like he was final boss there. It's like it was like.
And remember, he slit his. I don't know if we can say this on YouTube, but he made a gesture at his throat to Cody and Roman. And then when you see him back, with these two guys,
he's sucking their dick. He's sucking their dick.
Spot of
and then he did the countdown, and then now he's sucking their dick.
And someone posted last night. He did the whole three finger, the 3 finger thing, like he's been doing, like 3, 2, 1, and he did it last night too when he was hugging people. So I don't know what this all entails, but someone tells me he's not working WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried. There's a part of me that has a little bit of hope that this is a ruse. But if something doesn't happen by like February, that's what we'll know.
If something doesn't happen,
but there is something in the works here.
Yeah,
it may not be Mania, but maybe it's SummerSlam. I don't know, but
SummerSlam.
It's very obvious that like he's still going to be like there's still unfinished shit that he is going to be in. It's just when is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? We don't know.
Well, two things. Here's the only thing I can think of. Right, either it's going to be at the Rumble, or it's going to be at the Elimination Chamber where he makes his presence known. And then he's going to be saying, "Okay, I'm available." But here's my thing. I know he's the actual.
What about Saturday night's main event?
Yeah, that too. That too.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he comes out and screws Cody. Maybe he tries to like fuck over Cody in the ladder match. Cody wins. He's like, "Holy shit, The Rock's here. He's gonna hug me." And all.
I have an idea. What if he fucks over Roman in the Rumble too? If Roman's gonna be in the Rumble,
like he's not even The Rock's not even in the Rumble. He just comes out and pulls him over the top rope.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, Brock did that with Goldberg back in 2004.
The Rock doesn't do it himself. He hires someone to do it, aka Jacob Fatu.
True, or he distracts him, and there's a couple ways that they could go about this.
Yeah,
we'll see. He does a whole promo just saying, "Oh yeah, you should be watching this if you're a fan. This is a good show." I
Yeah, it
agree.
was a baby.
Actually,
Yeah,
I think it was pretty all right for what it was.
he put over NXT. He put over NXT.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. He put like
Oh, he
he even
better.
did chills. He
he
made
better.
it seem like
Fucking-
it wasn't.
If his fucking daughter's there, I'd hope he would.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I hope he would too. Right?
Can we just
I would
admit
really,
The
I would
Rock
really
figure
hate for him to come into NXT and be like, "Nah, this place is a fucking piece of shit. I hate everyone back in there." It's like,
Okay, I would probably love that. I would probably love it.
Let's just
but-
be real. Ava, she looks like her dad. She basically looks like her dad with titties, right? Let's just be real.
Yeah.
I mean, but
that's actually most children look like their parents. I don't know if you guys know this, but
but she looks like The Rock. The Rock's genes really dominated her ass. Let's just be real.
She's all right from what I've seen.
all right. Anyway,
But no,
I
going
do
back
wish
to
she had a
this
bit more
NXT
charisma.
review and genetics talk is
but we also
brought
forgot
to you
about
by Jiffy Lube or Progressive or whoever the fuck sponsors this show.
but we also forgot about one return tonight on the commentary team.
Corey Graves. Yeah, we were going to talk about this first. Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Graves is on the NXT commentary team. Now,
Yeah.
is this permanent? Is this...
I thought he was
We
going to be on
don't know.
SmackDown. That's what I heard. Unless
Vic
they might
Joseph
just do.
Vic Joseph said your first night back, so I don't know if he was indicating that he's back for good. But Corey
think-
Graves said,
You
I'm
think
here
so?
for The Rock. I don't know, but
So is
Well,
Wade on SmackDown?
SmackDown.
Who knows?
Oh, so it's Wade and Triple H like I like Wade and Joe by themselves. Maybe he didn't feel like it needed a 3-man team. Because I will agree, Wade and Joe had a good dynamic.
I hate the 3-man booth thing. It doesn't work anymore. It's just when you get guys trying, it's like us. If we're trying to do commentary, we'll just be real. Sometimes we overtalk each other, and that's what sometimes. But like AEW's, like you got like Tony Schiavone, like you have Excalibur like leading the conversation, right? And then you have someone like Taz who actually is actually pretty good, trying to tell you the side of the side of the story in the ring. Then you got Tony Schiavone. This company's great. I'm so happy to be here. I'm glad I'm not a barista no more at Starbucks, which is a true thing, by the way. He was a barista a few years back before he went back to pro wrestling. But anyway,
Yeah.
it doesn't work. The 3-man booth just doesn't work. I think honestly, when I think of NXT, I think of Corey Graves. I think of him as being the voice of NXT.
Yeah.
I remember when he was wrestling. I think the first NXT event I ever watched live was the one where he announced his retirement in ring on the
NXT
pre-show.
Takeover. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
and he announced that he was going to be on commentary. I was like, "Oh man, I just fucking started watching this." So then I went back and watched
know, right?
the fuck, bro.
Remember, he made that.
Get back in there.
He made that year's game too, the 2015 game when the next gen on the PS4. He was one of the DLC guys.
Yeah.
Well, no, he was in the base game.
Okay, he was okay. I know it was one
It
of the two. I couldn't remember.
Sammy,
Neville.
Hawk, Bo Dallas, Corey Graves.
Yep.
I forget if there's one other person. I don't know.
Think the Adam. No, it wasn't Adam Rose. Tyler Breeze.
No, Breeze wasn't in there. That was the next year.
Okay. I can't remember.
WWE 2K15.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, there was
Owens.
No, Owens wasn't there yet. Owens came in 16.
Yeah, I can't think of them.
It was so he was an active wrestler there. I like him. I liked him in NXT. I don't mind him on commentary. I think he's all right. He's better than fucking Byron Saxton.
I've always
when we
liked
had
Corey.
Oh,
I don't.
No offense,
Saxton,
Byron
he's
Saxton.
fine as an interviewer, but not as he was always terrible on commentary.
yeah.
When he was like not the lead play-by-play, but when he was the color commentator in FCW, he was actually pretty good. So Dusty taught him how to do commentary in FCW. But I'm with you guys though. I like Corey Graves. I see a lot of people give him shit online on Twitter and say
They're
how
wrong.
bad he is. And it's like
He's fucking great.
this guy's
He's a
good.
good-
Corey Graves.
He does good heel commentary. Like he's
Yeah.
no JBL. 'Cause to me, when I think heel,
and I like the commentary team tonight too.
Yeah.
Vic Joseph did a good job, which I'm not
Nick-
crazy about his work, honestly.
I like Vic Joseph.
I like it.
You know what
From
my-
what I've seen, I like him.
I said this before. I don't think it was when we were live, but my favorite part of the commentary team on NXT is the fact that Booker T will just make noises.
Yeah.
Booker
And
noises.
look, a lot of people would say that's shit commentary, but you know what? Booker makes it work. Where
Yes.
anyone else who did it, it would fucking suck. But when he goes, "Go damn," it's like,
Oh, dude,
holy
tonight,
shit, it's
Ducky,
Booker.
ducky, quack, quack. I've always loved
Yes.
Booker on commentary, even
Tonight-
like on the main
Exactly,
roster.
shit like that.
tonight when he was doing the Julia match and she kicked out of the out of Roxanne's finish the pop rocks, whatever it is, the code red,
Yeah.
pretty much. I love when he did that, man. 1, 2, you're like, what the hell?
What the hell? I love when he does that.
Man.
It's so
Oh,
good.
dude. One of my favorite cuts was when Kevin Nash came in. That's my big homie.
Yeah.
Honestly, I gotta be honest. Vic Joseph, it's hard to count Pat McAfee because he's a part-time guy.
Yeah.
And Michael
Yeah.
Cole.
Yeah.
But out of full-time people, my favorite duo would be Vic Joseph and Booker T. Like they've been really fucking good.
Oh,
They play off each other. Booker's great because when he leads towards the heels, because it's like the old school commentary back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Jesse Ventura would always be for the heels, like, don't tell me, big man, this guy has a gripe. Look at Hulk Hogan. He's a real piece of crap. You know what I mean? He
yeah.
always-
Yeah, he
always
actually
gets the
thought
heel.
Hulk Hogan was a piece of crap. And
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that show on the 25th of January because Hogan's announced too for that show, and so is Jesse. So that's gonna be some real good stuff.
get hurt.
Gonna be good. We're gonna be eating good.
Oh, God. Boys, we don't talk politics on here, but this is something we gotta talk about here. I have not seen this video, but just the actual premise of it is kind of hilarious.
Uh-oh.
Even though, let's be honest,
Sure.
everyone jokes about this. It's never gonna happen, but it is funny. Let's see what
no.
Ted's gotta say.
Jurisdiction we have the critical minerals, we have the energy, we have the electricity that America needs. And there's only one place I want to sell it to, and that's the U.S.
You gonna say anything, Ted, or you just watching Fox News together?
Every time you watch this video, he's stealing welfare in Mississippi.
Everything has a price. Let's go.
Like I've always said, everybody's got a price. The million-dollar man, even Jesse Waters.
Wait,
Okay, that's good.
he's buying Fox News? Wait,
What? What?
that didn't make any sense. Might just be
What
water.
happened?
I think he's referring to what Trump said the day he said he's going to buy. You know how he wants to purchase Canada and he wants to purchase the Gulf of Mexico. I think that's what he's alluding to. But
Yeah, but why Jesse Waters?
What? Yeah, no, that was so
That makes
random.
no sense. Wouldn't you say Doug Ford, who's the premier of Ontario, right beside?
I think
Yeah.
I think Ted's getting everyone confused with the welfare line in Mississippi where he took their money. So
Yeah.
That's a fucking idiot. Holy shit. That was fucking stupid.
I did not see that video today at all. Holy crap!
That is from 9:41 p.m. So a couple hours ago.
Okay,
And
yeah, we were watching
speaking of which, we've been going for an hour.
Yeah.
I think we've beaten this show to fucking death here.
Yeah.
I think if we talk any more about it, we're just talking in circles. If you haven't watched this episode, if you didn't watch it, go back, watch it. If you're watching internationally, it's on Netflix. I believe it'll be on Peacock. The replay in the US. Go watch this. It was a really, really good show. And if you're looking to get back into NXT, I think now is the time. Like, this is the show to start with.
But
Yeah,
final
I heard
thoughts,
a
what
lot.
do you guys rate the show?
Probably 8.5 out of 10. I liked it for my first time to watching an NXT show all the way through, not just in clips. This was good. And if we do this again next week, I'll be there. I'm enjoying NXT right now.
I try never to give anything a number rating because I'm gonna say some gay shit, but let's be honest, number ratings will all end up losing track of the what we gave something. So then you give one thing a 7 out of 10, another thing a 10 out of 10, and it's like, oh, but they're both equally as good. I think honestly, go down to it, I really enjoyed the show.
Yeah,
I it makes me excited for next week for NXT. And that's how every show should leave you feeling. I was like, I kind of wanted more of the show. I was like, oh, can't it be 2.5 hours? I don't actually want it to go to that point. I just want that feeling of being like,
it's like an appetizer. It's like an appetizer.
Yeah.
You get it,
Warming
you of it, but it's not like you're not so full you can't eat your main course. You know what I mean?
And NXT works for me because it worked coming off of Raw too. It works, you know.
And I think we both can. I think we all three can agree. This show will probably get 900K to 1 million viewers tomorrow.
I think it'll be 1 million.
Right?
Hot take, it'll be 1 million, but definitely 900K at the least. But I think it breaks.
It will probably get I think double what Dynamite's gonna
If
get.
anyone's gonna break it, like to break it to 1 million, it's gonna be The Rock.
Oh yeah. And
yeah,
plus
The Rock is the one person who can, I think.
And plus, we forgot too. Triple H and Nick Khan were in the crowd too tonight.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was good to see them there. Triple H was just hugging some random dude.
Yeah, some random guy in the background.
I don't know what that was about. He dragged the dude into the frame as well. I don't know if he's like a cousin or something. Like,
no, he had red hair. He was probably like, "Come here, you four-eyed Mark."
This is my cousin, Nick Khan.
I'm gonna grab some random Mark.
This is my cousin Jimmy Levesque.
Opie Taylor over here. He looked like Ron Howard if Ron Howard had hair.
Yeah.
It looked like Opie Taylor. Fuck my life. If you get the reference, good for you. You're fucking old as shit.
Google it.
Yeah, if you don't Google it, and you'll be like, oh, okay. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. We will be back tomorrow at the same starting time of 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific for Dynamite.
Actually, we'll be here probably at 10 after 10 or 10 minutes after 10 because that's
We'll start whenever the fuck they figure out how to finish. We may be here at like
overruns, baby.
Yeah,
for all we know, we could be here at fucking 10:30 or 7:30 my time.
Speaking of overrun, we've had a Dynamite style overrun, so I think it's time for us to ixnay the fuck out of here.
Before we hit end, go follow the Full Aussie on Twitter. I dropped the link in the chat.
Are you fucking retarded? The hell's the matter with you?
I felt like playing that clip. Yes, go follow the Full Aussie over on Twitter. # Rip Full Aussie. They're dead. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to say goodnight.
What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid. Just really stupid.